זה נאמר ערב טוב, מצטרף אלינו פרופסור צ'רלס סמול, שחוקר את הנושא כבר 20 שנה. Good evening, Professor Asher Small. We're very glad to see you and to have you here. How are you?
I'm well, very happy to be with you. Thank you.
Thank you. We're asking ourselves how much money the Qatari invested in the education system, in the universities in the United States.
So the answer is, at some level, we don't really know. We found up to $20 billion in just a few universities, 20 billion with a B.
Wow.
10 billion to Cornell, 1.3 billion to Texas A&M, $1 billion to Georgetown, one of the most important universities in Washington, the most important diplomatic training program, hijacked by Qatar via the Muslim Brotherhood. So we estimate over $100 billion has been invested in American education, and the same is being replicated in other democratic countries where the Qatari regime has a bay'ah. In Islam, as you know, a bay'ah is a spiritual oath, and they follow the religious edicts, rulings, and fatwas of the Muslim Brotherhood.
And how all those messages entering and going inside the education, how they do it? What they dictating, they hinting, they writing?
You know, so ISGAP, or the Institute for the Study of Global Anti-Semitism and Policy, we have a small research center at the University of Cambridge in the UK. And our total budget is probably $300,000 to $400,000 a year. It's a small center. And I think Cambridge is very happy with us. We provide jobs for some scholars and from administrators, and they treat us well. And they know, and I know, that if they impose a professor, let's say that is anti-Israel or anti-Zionist, we would walk away. So they're nice to us. Could you imagine if I brought $1 billion to Cambridge, or $10 billion? I'd be treated like royalty. And speaking of royalty, you know, the Qatar had an official state visit with the king and queen of the United Kingdom, and they're really operating at the upper echelons of British society, of French society, of North American society. So using money and soft power to promote the ideology of the Brotherhood, which is anti-democratic, anti-Israel, and anti-Semitic.
Dr. Dina, please, she wants to ask you a question.
So, Charles, it's a pleasure seeing you here. So thank you so much for being with us. Actually, yes, I wanted to ask you, is the American intelligence aware of the situation, and how do they respond to it? And do they even have a chance to respond to it?
It's a good question. I think they ought to be aware. You know, ISGAP is now training police and intelligence forces in North America and in Europe. We're training them to see the importance of the ideology of the Muslim Brotherhood and radical Islam in Western democratic countries, including the United States. In May, ISGAP had a big event in the Rayburn building in Congress trying to bring awareness to the entryism of the Muslim Brotherhood into American society. On November the 19th, next week, we're having a major event calling for the banning or designating the Muslim Brotherhood as a terror organization in the United States. And I think there's an awakening in the United States, certainly among security forces, that their perception is changing. I think many Americans and American politicians and security people thought that the problem of the Muslim Brotherhood was far away in the Middle East. But what we see now is that American citizens were murdered and kidnapped by the Palestinian chapter of the Muslim Brotherhood, which is Hamas, still housed in Qatar. So they killed American citizens. We see also in Colorado, in Washington, Muslim Brotherhood activists connected directly to the Muslim Brotherhood carrying out murder and violent attacks on the streets of the United States. Students for Justice in Palestine, as you all know, comes out of AMP, American Muslims for Palestine, which is a Muslim Brotherhood entity. It's connected to the Brotherhood. So we have SJP at over 400 campuses across the United States and Canada, using the Red-Green Alliance and soft power to promote the ideology of the Brotherhood. And we see now, you know, some of these young people are educated at the best universities. They become professors, journalists, and we can see one of the leaders of SJP in a small liberal arts college in Maine, in Bowdoin College, is now the mayor-elect of New York City. So we see the entryism of the Brotherhood into American society, into our cultural institutions, education, as you know, is the institution where young people learn to be citizens, and the Muslim Brotherhood is infiltrating these entities, creating leaders, and we need to create awareness of the dangers because, as you know, the Muslim Brotherhood wants to distance Israel from the United States, to weaken and alienate and destroy it, the little Satan. And we know from their strategic goals to use anti-Semitism as a way to fragment and destroy the great Satan, the United States. Yeah. So there's awareness. I think there's more awareness, Dina.
Wow. Okay. First, Professor Charles Asher Small, we want to wish you good luck in your mission, because it's a very important mission that you are working on it for 2 decades. And we wish you good luck and thank you for this interview. We will be in touch because it's a very, very important issue. Thank you very much.
And I want to say you and all the people around your table are also very, very knowledgeable on these issues. And I wish you good luck in your very important work and your leadership on these issues. So thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you very much.